Thank you, Dr. Matthews and Dr. Lador. Good morning, everybody. These are my disclosures. I do get, or my institution gets research support from Medtronic, and I have been a consultant for Distal Motion. So as Dr. Lador showed, this year we did have some significant both substantive and aesthetic changes to the website. No need to belabor this, since she showed that you can really access kind of all aspects of the website now from the home page, getting to everything without having to click through multiple pages to get to them. So everything's accessible from the home page. There's updates about match timing and match processes, which have also been changed this year significantly, largely to favor the fellows. Definitely don't click on that video on the right, just focus on the one on the left. It's a much better video. The case log has been part of the FC website since its development in the 2007 and 2008 academic year. To date, there's been over 1.5 million cases logged, and I think one of the reasons that we get complaints about speed is that is a lot of data that is stored on the server. It accounts for 1.96 million procedures with an average of 1.2 procedures per patient trip to the operating room. Every year, the team gets together and updates the definitions of the different cases. This allows for us to create targeted goals for each of the fellowship designations and allows us to make sure that our case logs are appropriately matching the fellowship designations so that people can get their certificate in either foregut surgery, hernia and abdominal wall surgery, advanced GI-MIS. Version 2 is what we are currently using. That now also allows us to link EPAs to some of the data that we have, but again, creates a little bit of issues with speed. So this is a video of my fellow, Rebecca Dirks, making a case, logging a case in the case log. So she's going to go to the case log site. We'll see that I have to talk at a relatively slow place to make this work.
The next page, you click Access Your Fellow.
She will access her fellow account, and then she'll start logging a case.
At this point, you're brought to the home page of your fellowship program. Case log is automatically brought up, so you just need to click Enter to start entering new cases or to edit previous cases. You scroll down, and to enter a new case, you click Submit New Case. You first start by entering basic information such as the date you did the case, your role, and which attending you were working with. If you have any questions on some of these drop-down options, there's information below. Then you can add what procedure you actually performed. In this case, we did a bariatric procedure, and it was a laparoscopic sleeve. It was a primary procedure. Where laterality is not applicable, and we did it laparoscopically. If you want to, you can add any notes about the case. Otherwise, you click Add this procedure. You can add multiple procedures to a different surgery.
So even though it's not an incredibly large amount of time, with our fellows being as busy as they all are and having to log a significant number of cases, that time can add up. One other nice aspect of the case log system is that you can generate reports. These case reports are published up top so that your fellows can see how many of the discrete category cases they've achieved in each different thing that they require for their certification. They can also see this in graphic form. If you click on the procedure summary, it gives you a nice overview of the distribution of cases done by your fellows during the course of their fellowship year. And you can easily print those in HTML, PDF, or Excel forms as well. So this is the main complaint that we obviously get about the case log system, is that the fellows want to increase the speed. And I certainly see that, right? I think it's a quality of life issue if they have to spend a lot of time logging their cases. So here are a lot of the substantive changes that we have made over the past year or two to try and do that. I want to be very clear that I don't know what any of this means. This is what Jason Levine sent me as our webmaster from the Fellowship Council, but it has been a significant amount of work from him and Val Catalasan to try and figure out the speed issues. We are migrating from one server in Amazon Web Services to another. That migration actually just happened over the last couple of days, and so hopefully that should increase the speed as well. But I really want to set this all up here just to assure everyone that we absolutely hear your complaints and that we continue to work to try and find solutions to make it better. One of those potential solutions will be to potentially scrap the current system and rebuild a new one. That would have favorites of cases, allow people, the fellows are doing a lot of the same type of operations over and over again, and by creating favorites, it might allow them to much more quickly improve and log their cases. So version 3 is currently under development. This really will be sort of a rebuild with a goal of trying to go live with this for the 2025 to 2026 fellowship year. Again, as I mentioned, I have the privilege of serving as the chair of the case log committee, but the work of this committee is really done by these two people who do all the coding and make all the changes in it, and very, very appreciative of their efforts. So thank you.